Your looks have a major impact on your life. It has been researched by various studies. I am not going to read them though, it would depress me too much. Google if you're interested. What were your thoughts? Mine, probably a dumb girl, many friends, probably a gold digger, not social, weak guy, weird, not valuable. People will treat him bad due to his looks. It defines him as a person. His self-esteem is very low. Nobody sees him as smart either. What can one do to improve his looks? What can one do about his or her genes? Nothing. I had severe acne during high school. Nobody wanted to talk to me. They made fun of me. They punished me. Nothing that I could do about it. The doctor described a ketone chemotherapy drug after a long period of suffering. P.S. I am not that guy on the picture. It is a random Google image. Consequences for my behavior. I don't like to be in social settings anymore. People just largely like or dislike you based on your looks. People prejudice based on looks. Just like I do too. I think it is all different. Judging strictly from a picture is kind of harsh. Take this for example on Shark Tank. There was this dude who sold a DVD set that taught men how to improve themselves in terms of style or looks. The first guy walks out and is supposed to be the average Joe. He was wearing flip-flops, a baggy shirt, and the Blink 182 style or long shorts. Then the presenter says, "I'll turn this average Joe into this," and another guy walks out who is supposed to be the improved version. Now this guy is wearing khaki dress pants, a sweater vest around that style, and all dressed up. Honestly, I saw the first guy as a dude you'd see in like a Weezer video. Someone who dresses normal but is cool as hell and talented. The second guy I saw as a dude who dresses nice but was probably a douchebag and didn't care about anything but girls. See, that is just one perspective. I'd say stop letting people judge you. So what if you look antisocial? If you have a multi-million-dollar business in the works? Look as lame as you want. I know it all comes down to self-esteem. The worst thing you can do in life is to reject yourself. Forget about what everyone else thinks. The ultimate test of your self-esteem will be this question: if you could be any person on this planet Earth, who would it be? If your answer is not you, then you lack self-esteem. Self-esteem is a prerequisite to confidence and happiness. I think you're way overestimating the importance of looks. Self-assuredness will make the ugliest person suddenly seem 500% more interesting or attractive or powerful. Maybe they'll never be mistaken for a heartthrob, but I think a lot of how we see a person is mixed up with how they present themselves. Also, people prejudice based on looks. Just like I do too. Sorry, but that's just not true. Your reactions were so extreme that they struck me as almost pathological. You see a pretty blonde and you think dumb girl, gold digger? You see a nerd and think not valuable? WTH? Those aren't in the picture at all. Here were my first reactions. The blonde, ooh, pretty. Strange angle. The nerd, no chin? Looks almost exactly like guy I once knew. Interestingly, the guy I once knew that looked like your nerd, he pretty much self-assuredness. You would probably write him off at first glance, but this guy was a people magnet. He was smart, creative, and supremely sure of himself. People wanted to be around him. And I mean, he really looked almost exactly like that guy. Except he also wore big ugly old-fashioned glasses. I agree looks do make a big difference. But about this? What? First off, you can take the look of your body any way you want by choosing the proper activity and proper nutrition. Want a bodybuilding body, or lean and ripped, or sumo wrestler? Even if you're short, You can at your age do a multitude of things to grow taller, much taller, so even such thing can be solved. Damn, there's even a procedure for people past their puberty to grow taller, where they break their bones literally, painful and risky procedure but possible. And then there's plastic surgery, hopefully as a last resort. Man, Michael Jackson changed the color of his skin. Then you can largely impact the look of your face also by nutrition, various cosmetic treatments, different hair and beard styling. Some less than pretty people even resort to tattoos and piercings, and then achieve interesting and cool look, special. Acne? I think there's ton of treatments for that, and you may also try natural alternatives. I have no clue which that would be, but they must exist. Or just make a beard part of your image. Many people use beards to hide stuff. Then adjust your hairstyle, and overall style. Go with that image, be the cool guy with a beard. Work with what you have, get the best out of it. And again, plastic surgery really does so much things today. It can probably help you with the face whatever your issue is. Hope this helps. Make the best of what you have. Looks and the way you dress have a big impact on your life, 100% fact. JZ Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Russell Simmons, none are good-looking guys. Interesting thread. People pass judgment in the first 5 seconds of seeing you, and then do everything in their power to back up that judgment in the next 5 minutes. The way a person dresses and carries themselves has a lot to do with this. Have you ever walked through a Saks Fifth in comfy, and not top-of-the-line designer clothes? Have you ever walked through with a nice pressed pair of slacks, a clean button-down Oxford with a classy tie and suit jacket? Same person, different reactions from the staff. Present yourself with a professional, positive, classy appearance, and people have no choice but to treat you that way. I know good looks can't hurt. This is why I try to stay in shape, clean cut and wear suits. Maybe you do have a pretty or average face. Congratulations, sir, you just won the genetic lottery. An ugly person can't save himself by cleaning his hair and taking some steroids. Please look at this guy. Look at him. How can some grooming save him? And another example, they've failed in life. These guys do not possess good genetics. I expected this kind of reactions though. Social conditioning, people want to believe in a fairy tale. Yep, it's true. People treat you differently depending on how you look. Height, facial symmetry, skin color, voice, weight, blemishes. All of these things have an impact. My height has had the biggest impact on my life, more so than my race, weight, or facial appearance. I'm somewhere between 5 feet 7 inches and 5 feet 8 inches depending on whether it's a good day or not. I've not only been made fun of, but I've been downright disrespected. A lot of girls say that they have a height requirement of who they would date, and I'm always beneath it. They actually don't have a hard and fast rule, they, much like men, only say that they do to keep the appearance of having standards. I would learn this later in adolescence. Guys don't look at me with the same kind of respect as they do tall people, or even people of so-called average height. Here's the thing, though, features like height, weight, race, etc. don't have an effect on your chances for extraordinary success, just on your chances for ordinary success. A black person will have a harder time finding a good job than a white person. That's just a fact. However, a black person will not have a harder time establishing a successful business than a white person. Their chances are both equally near 0%. Looks should never be an excuse. Neither should injuries or disabilities. Yes, there are some things you just can't do if you're in certain situations. But it doesn't take very long to figure out what they are. Go after worthy goals. Lol, it's all about the brain. I been ugly and I been drop dead beautiful. The brain is what is going to make you hot. I can wear high heels, afford plastic surgery, Get clear skin. Wear lace wigs for the whole natural blonde look. Yes. I read one lol. I'm not a Satanist though, but I'll do anything for beauty. Yes, say, lol. Or I can gain 100 pounds, have short brown hair, or shave it off like Britney and make myself ugly. Put on a pair of glasses, let my skin go down the hill, and smell like cat pee. Beauty opens doors, but the brain keeps you in the room. It only helps. I say it helps more than a college degree. But beauty isn't going to make you a millionaire. It's just going to help in life. But the brain is more important. You can't fix stupid. You know you can wear shoes that would make you taller? Like Tom Cruise? I agree. Looks matter a lot. First impression is important. Platforms on me are the most obvious thing in the world. My hair adds between 1 and 2 inches of height, though, so I compensate in that way. I'm still taller than most girls, so my height isn't that much of a handicap. The biggest handicap is dealing with men who are peers and authority figures. 2 of them can become good looking, the last one can become attractive. First one, needs a chin implant, rhinoplasty, skin tanning, wear contacts to take off glasses, put on some skin medication to smooth it out. Second one, eyebrow serum to darken them. I think it's the camera angle that makes him ugly. Third one, he cannot be good looking, but attractive, skin tanning, teeth veneers, circle lenses, and tons of muscles. I would have to agree, it's the sad truth. Really though, who looks perfect all the time? We all have those I hope nobody sees me like this kind of days. If you take care of yourself and dress well, what else can you do? Be confident and show them you can do anything any beautiful person can do. Dude, I'm like 5 feet 9 inches and no one ever says crap like that to me. Maybe it's more than height. And that's why he can't get girls and respect. I think you're being too self-conscious. They haven't failed at life. They might have been born with bad genetics for their outer shell, but that doesn't mean that they lack mental ability. If it was either or, I'd rather have an ugly exterior and be intelligent than look good and be stupid as F%K. Stupid, dumb, lack of ambition or direction, #YOLO etc. etc. Yeah? Can't fix intelligence. Beauty can be fixed though. Nah. Girls haven't been a problem for me in years. In recent times, my problems have been with men not giving me the respect I want at first meeting. Typically, when they get to know me, they respect me. The prejudice is a little bit irritating, but I try not to worry about it, mostly because they stop trying to push their weight around after I open my mouth. That's just everyday stuff that I deal with when it comes to people I don't know. As far as the girls saying that they have a height requirement and stuff, that itself doesn't affect me because I know it's not exactly true. I know a not exactly attractive brown guy who is 5 feet 5 inches, 200 some pounds, who gets girls quite easily, even chicks who claim to have standards. Plus, I have a girlfriend, so it's not like I worry about other girls' standards. Worst thread ever. Get some real-life experience instead of creating garbage threads that are purely based upon your own insecurities, which you are clearly trying to get other people to agree with, so that you feel better about yourself. Harsh words. Sure. But what would be worse, is if you kept living your life under false pretenses which will hold you back from growing as a human being. That is a young guy thing, not a height thing. I deal with it. Just dress nice and look professional. People will just have to wonder. Plus one well said. I'm 5 feet 9 inches, 2, and I never get that I'm short. That's about average for a male. Just look presentable. Presentable clothing, haircut, clean shaven. The only thing that needs to be perfect is your attitude and you're good to go. I'm in the tech industry and most of the guys I try to get meetings with definitely give me the cold shoulder, but by adapting to the environment and getting a feel of the person, you'll be miles ahead already. Trust me, I go back and forth between Toronto and Houston, two completely opposite ends of the spectrum. That's very true, as well. I still can't grow facial hair. Lol. After talking over the phone and meeting up, people have told me you are not quite what I expected. Because I sound much older than I actually am. That's a prejudice that is temporary, though, and also something not to worry about. That almost always goes away with proven results. You think Mark Zuckerberg still gets the young guy treatment? Moral of the story, people have prejudices, just don't give in to them and don't let them determine your direction in life. Unless you're 6 feet 9 inches, then be a professional volleyball player. Facial hair beyond some shadow makes you look like a Occupy Wall Streeter if you are young. I wouldn't. Lmao. Harsh as FCK, but yet I agree. Say you're in a restaurant ordering food and you have the choice of two waitresses. One is not so attractive but is the nicest lady in the entire building, and the other is hot as hell but yet has the personality of a brick. Who would you want serving you? My buddies and I continually go to a pizza place and the hotter girls there are the less polite ones. I actually try to go for the ones that aren't as attractive. Hopefully this won't be something that holds you back. I am 5 feet 7 inches, supposed to be 5 feet 9 inches by the end, but I doubt it. I really notice my height when I am at the gym. There are some adult men who are a god inch or two shorter than me, and there are some 16-year-old kids who are 6 feet 5 inches, but I don't really care how tall I am. It is what it is. In fact, I would rather be under 6 feet for a lot of reasons. Reason 1 is your back. My grandpa is 80 and can barely walk because of his back. He has had surgery a bunch on it and he is in constant pain from it. Generally, the taller you are the more likely you will have back issues later in life, and back issues can ruin you day-to-day living. Sure, I can't play pro basketball, but I can hold my own in casual play. And one thing I really want to do when I get older is drive a Formula 1 car, whether it be professionally or just for the hell of it. And let me tell you, you can't fit in one of those if you are over 5 feet 9 inches 5'10". In fact, most of the F1 drivers are like 5 feet 7 inches to 5 feet 8 inches. Let's be honest. Would any normal guy marry an ugly woman or a beautiful woman? Same status in life. Same intelligence, same everything. No. Lol, and she doesn't look like that because of makeup or Photoshop. See her live. That last photo scared me. But she has the sweetest personality ever. First off, this stuck out most in your original post. If you thought that just looking at the picture of the woman, no offense, but you should really get out more. An assumption like that says a lot about you. For all I know, she could be a programmer at Google. Have you seen Marissa Mayer? No, she's not some dumb blonde gold digger. One of the first programmers at Google, and now the CEO of Yahoo. And her looks have nothing to do with it. Because if it was so, there wouldn't be so many jobless, wannabe models, actresses, and singers running around Hollywood. And if your definition of success is financial, then by that logic, all porn stars would have to be millionaires and billionaires, which very few are. That is really a sad mindset. Very depressing to see you think that way. What about the Special Olympics? Plenty of ugly people. Are they all damned to failure? How have they failed? By what standards? I mean, sure, they won't try to be models, but you have no clue whether they are successful or not. Again, success is super subjective. Have you ever seen Carrot Top? That guy is ugly, but famous and rich. And as you read the rest of my post, I'm pretty sure you'll realize it's probably your own preconceived notions of beauty or ugly that hold you back, or anyone for that matter thinking it's a factor. Let's take a look at this guy. That's the famous Stephen Q. Hawking, for all those who don't know. Or this butt ugly woman, that's Donatella Versace. Yes, the brand Versace. Besides, the examples you've given are not ugly, they are abnormal or disfigured. When you compare average people, Beauty is subjective, but appearance can be improved by taking simple steps such as dressing better, improving hygiene, changing your hairstyle, etc. Confidence can play a role in your perceived looks too. There's plenty of successful ugly people out there. In fact, I'd argue the richest people are uglier than anyone who is pretty or attractive and successful. And here's the richest guy on earth, Carlos Slim Helú. Of course, it also depends how you define success, just as I said about beauty being subjective as well. P.S. What's with the picture of the white or black babies at the end of your post? Seemed kind of racist. Not sure what that's supposed to be implying. What the hell? I'll juxtapose this. Here's me, circa high school or college, acne on my face and all over my back. Total geek or nerd. Not handsome. All my friends were geeks or nerds. No muscles, 120 pounds until quite recently. Didn't learn or choose to shave until the last year of high school. I looked like an idiot. Had a bowl cut hairstyle until college, at which point I grew shoulder-length greasy hair. Not popular. I didn't play sports and was involved in no social events. I wouldn't go so far as to say teacher's pet, but I was certainly a preferred student. How did this affect my life? Well, I've had girlfriends non-stop from the age of 15 to the time I got married at 25. My longest period of being single was, I think, 3 to 6 months, tops. I've always had friends and never had a problem making new friends. In fact, just before college I dumped the majority of my closest friends because they were complete assholes who didn't contribute to a positive future. I made entirely new friends rather quickly. Do looks help in life? Yes. Are they required? No. All it takes is an amazing attitude and confidence. Also, I learned confidence the hard way. I wasn't born with it. In fact, I'm naturally very shy. You're crazy if you think looks have nothing to do with success in today's society. Sure, people can overcome difficulties, and some areas like entrepreneurship are much more accessible to people who aren't physically attractive, but grabbing a few outliers as examples is pointless. The real question would be something more like, on average, is net worth strongly correlated with attractiveness? Consider two things. First, people who are socially conscious enough to optimize their attractiveness, whatever the base level, are likely to benefit from that awareness in many ways, at least in your traditional job environment, especially when directly compared to people who don't care how they look. Second, everyone here should know the difference that confidence can make. Now consider the difference in perspective growing up as very attractive might have compared to its opposite. Even if attractiveness is secondary, it is still heavily involved in one's success. Love that way of putting it. The effect of looks in social interaction is so superficial that spending any time dwelling on it is just a waste of time. It's just an excuse. Your looks might make it harder to get your foot in the door, whether it's dating or whatever else. But once you've got that foot wedged in there, it's all on you. Someone who thinks looks are everything won't engage the other person at this point because they think they're doomed by their looks, and they wind up wondering why everyone ignores them, or prefers not to hang out with them, or won't sleep with them, whatever. Not sure if this is relevant to the conversation, but I just bought a lot of stuff on Amazon. The purchase was through an Amazon seller account. The person behind the company who received my $253.03. I have no clue what he looks like. He could have had one eye and a broomstick for a leg. He still received my $253.03 because he offered stuff I wanted. How nice. Not only is your thinking demeaning and potentially massively destructive to your own life, you are destroying other people's self-esteem who are on the fence to begin with. Stop questioning your looks and play with the cards you were dealt. Think of it like this. Can you change it? No. So why worry about it? If yes, then do it and stop worrying about it. Life is short. You only have 700,000 minutes in your life. You're going to die soon. Do you want to have spent all of that crying about your looks or doing the things you want? A life wasted on self-hate and being bitter, or enjoying every last bit, living up to the fullest, traveling the world, meeting new people, achieving goals? Make your choice. I've made mine. MJ nailed it. The internet completely levels the playing field. This thread is pathetic. Wow, what a sad mentality. Watch out, the ugly people are getting defensive. Smiley ill, I kid. MJ hit it out of the ballpark. How our looks are prerequisites to inflicting value on society. This centers around one of the paramount principles of the fast lane: the universe does not give a shit. The universe doesn't give a shit that you have which nose, it doesn't care that you only have one tooth, it doesn't care what you find boring or fun, it doesn't care that you didn't roll with the popular crowd in high school. Who cares? Lol bro, I feel you. Try being 5 feet 7 inches and being a bouncer. You know how much shit I take? Girls give me shit all the time for being short. Half the time I still removed by mod. It's a shit test. They give you shit and if you throw it back at them you get the nookie. Most of the time I'll say something like, oh yeah? Well, blondes aren't really my type anyway, or something like that. Looks do have a big impact on people's lives, maybe not in terms of creating value for others or generating revenue, but it surely without fail impacts the way other people assess you, treat you, interact with you, and think of you. Everyone, especially women, are greatly impacted by the way we look. Starting from our hair, to our lips, to our breasts, to our butts, to the size of our feet, smaller sized feet being considered feminine opposed to big feet. The way people dress, and the way people groom themselves all play a major part in how we are treated by others. Anyone who doesn't think so is extremely fortunate. Money and business might not care about how you look, but people sure do. This is overly confirmed by the exorbitant amounts of money spent yearly on beauty products and plastic surgery. Sure, challenges can be overcome and there are always exceptions. And sure, no one cares what the person selling stuff on the internet looks like. However, most people still work at jobs where face-to-face interaction with someone is required. Also, even the exceptions listed aren't really exceptions. They're just areas where different things are important. When you're buying something online, do you think a company might lose sales because of a website that's visibly terrible but functions properly? If you're selling by phone, don't you think that a person's voice matters? When you're dealing with people in person, appearance matters. I find it almost literally unbelievable that some people can think that physical attributes don't seriously affect the average human's life experience. Maybe you find the concept distasteful or unfortunate, but to think that it isn't true? I just don't buy it. Beauty matters. Anytime you interact with a human being, your beauty is being analyzed, or looks. Care to share? I'm not a dermatologist. But he could get retina 0.5% to start with. It looks like he has a lot of sun damage to give his leather skin appearance. So I recommend Fraxel laser 2 sessions. 3 sessions can cost about 1.5k fees on a budget, then buy some TCA chemical peel online at only 25% to start with, and after 3 months of retina usage. TCA peel can be purchased at $50. He must be on sunscreen, and ideally everyone should use zinc oxide sunscreen because all the other sunscreens are made from chemicals which causes free radical which promotes aging. But I can't tell. I need a bigger picture. Retin A and sunscreen could be all that he needs. A topic: there are a lot of young men on this forum, and I just want to remind you, this is a business forum, not a bar stool at the club. Please refrain from derogatory statements and have some respect for the ladies that are here. Thank you. No doubt beautiful looks are valuable in the offline world. But solid self-confidence commands respect in any situation, especially in that first 30 seconds that someone is sizing you up for the first time. As I see young guys here, below the age of 25 having to say something about their height, I just have to drop in these two. Some of you may know I'm into the whole attraction or seduction thing, planning to do dating coaching at some point, so after extensive research and all the experience I can tell you one thing, ladies do appreciate height, and it can make or break your chances with particular lady. And please ladies on the forum be welcome to comment on my claim. There are exceptions of course, but generally it's much better to be taller, and for many girls you'll be invisible as a potential partner if you're shorter than them, or even shorter than them in heels. Why? Well, they like to feel feminine, they like to feel you're stronger, and they want to feel secure and protected. No hard feelings, but that's just what it is. So yeah, you can compensate for it with strong aura, personality and strong body. And also a tall guy can mess his advantage by being goofy or weak. You sure can get girls taller than you, but your starting position will be better if you are taller. That's all I'm saying. To the young guys, this is just my personal opinion. If you feel bothered by your height, lack of it, do something about it. It's nice and great to accept yourself, but if something bothers you and you can change it, do it. Because while you're young, you can still grow naturally, so there's a ton of stuff you can do to become taller. Exercise, nutrition and medical treatments are available, so if you're young and bothered by it, go do something. You can ignore the facts, but they still will be facts. Ask any girl about the looks of her dream man. One of the features will be tall. This is such a pain point for many guys that internet is overloaded with various miracle products. And you know what? Many older guys who can't grow any more naturally, go to a super painful and super risky procedure where their bones are broken and regrown. Crazy. So do something about it while you're young. This may not be the most popular post, but I have seen time and again shorter guys being ignored by girls, bullied or just treated with less respect. So this is post to hopefully help them out. You'll also find many short guys in the gym bulking up to make up for it, and some are very successful at it and get their respect. Please anyone, don't be offended, this is just your invisible friend telling it like it is, and trying to give helpful advice. I don't know if this is the first thing I should post on, and I definitely don't know about the height treatments, but this is an interest of mine, so here goes. I can say that sociology studies confirm Dutchman's concerns. My core biology class addressed that and I've been mindful of it since. I've even had work done. A tendon in my eyelid shortened so my eyes are even. For me, it helped me have more confidence and increased my happiness for a year or two, but now it's my normal and I take it for granted. Basically it didn't make as big of a difference as I expected, but who knows? Maybe my life has been a little more successful as a result. From what I've seen, I'm convinced careful grooming has an equal effect to natural beauty, and confidence trumps height. Seriously, confidence is as appealing as looks, and success is the best precursor to confidence. Hopefully being here will help you find that success, so go forth and conquer, Lena. It's not that it flat out doesn't matter at all. It's just that one past a certain degree of grooming or hygiene or dressing well, it's not really something that can really be controlled, and so it is a massive waste of time to fret about it. And then too, the degree to which it matters is oftentimes almost trivial. Most often those who whine about how much it matters are throwing themselves a pity party and creating excuses for themselves. For example, let's just say that you are uglier than sin. Is there anything that your looks will prevent you from doing that you will regret not having done on the day you die? Really? Maybe you'll never turn heads when you walk into an establishment, or maybe your first impressions will routinely be dismal and people will initially disrespect you for that. But what major goal in life is that preventing? The goal of being 100% loved and admired by everyone everywhere at all times? I would just approach shorter women. Lots of petites out there. Thanks for your post. It contains a lot of truth and I made the same experiences regarding height and women. The passage quoted above caught my attention. I'm not really small, 175 centimeters, but I would like to be a bit taller to be honest, and seeing that I'm relatively young, 21 years, I was wondering if you could elaborate a bit on that? Or am I too old already? I was not aware of the existence of tons of stuff to do to become taller, and this sounds kind of interesting. Do you have personal experience with this? 5 centimeters or so would be enough. My height does not really bother me, but if there are ways to gain an extra bit, why not? Be 5 feet 7 inches and taller, and you're gold for me. Just don't be smaller than me, or else I'll feel like a fat pig. What confuses me when there's fat obese women or ugly women who have expectations on men. Please, you're lucky you even get a date, so appreciate anyone you get. Funny thing is, many of them adore taller man. Yeah, they look silly together, but short girls love tall guys. Hi, thanks. No personal experience. I couldn't give specific advice as I'm not qualified nor experienced with it. It would be best to consult a doctor. As for workout, people say swimming and all sorts of stretching helps. As for nutrition, well, in order to grow you need to eat properly, and as for medical treatments, there are treatments with growth hormone, and also by giving your body a great combination of workout or nutrition or sleep you can stimulate production of your own growth hormone. Sorry for keeping this super vague. For any actual advice, and before any action, definitely consult your doctor. If you look on the internet you'll find a bunch of products and stuff, but don't buy into that. I completely agree with number one. It's about making the best of what you have, but so many people don't even bother to do that. A lot of people think looks shouldn't matter but end up behaving as if they don't matter. It's not about pity and excuses. It's about realizing the reality of a situation and doing what you can to make the best of it. My problem with number two is that you'll never really know how much it matters. It's one of those things that affects you throughout your life in 1,000 different ways that you don't even notice. Look at the CEO numbers that I posted above. The cumulative effect of a few decades of being the short guy, the tall guy, or the mostly average guy or whatever you are has probably affected your life in some pretty dramatic ways. Video equals YouTube. Yokchmip2ogg. VE equals Yokchmip2ogg and feature equals G all you or video. I think it's harder for women. Men can change their looks quite significantly, unless you're really short, less than 5 inches, or awkwardly tall plus 6 inches. You can rocket yourself to above average if you work hard enough at your body. Most people can get a great physique in around 4 years and their face will look way better at 5 to 7% body fat with as much muscle as genetically possible, no question about it. Even if you don't want to work hard at it, you could just pump a lot of juice and you will get there 10 times faster. All women can really do is lose weight and get plastic surgery and hope for the best. You don't have to be born with good looks. Just look at how much this dude changed. The guy used steroids and died from a heart attack at age 22. Not sure if steroid related, it also was in his family. Not really a good role model if you consider that. But I agree with you on the rest of your post. Being fit or muscular makes a big difference in looks. Currently working on that myself, although I don't consider myself bad looking, even at the fatty stage I'm in right now. Eyes. Tears. 700,000 minutes equals 486.11108 days. Wow, your opinion is a f***ing joke about height and how to grow up tall when you are still too young and shouldn't really care about such things. Who cares about what some Barbie girls like and doesn't like? Educated people have grown past the being pretty phase years ago. Now it's all about personality. Lolpua is a complete joke too. I almost got into that when I was younger, but all you are aiming for is some self-destructive ladies with issues. Not in all cases, but there are certainly many like that. Find yourself a cool woman instead and stop playing games. That's my advice to you. Be who you are and stop pretending you are something you're not. I know his death wasn't steroid related, it was probably a genetic condition. He also was well into recreational drugs, coke, ecstasy. I think he knew he was gonna die young, so he made the most of the time he had. Edit: in this post the term pure was mentioned, so here's the meaning. Which part of my polite post, with clear disclaimer it's my opinion, with lots of ifs, and the friendliest tone possible sparked a reaction like this? You just insulted me for no reason, so I could get into my first ever argument on this forum, and for example take a guess on your height, as I don't see what else would have got you mad. My post was just that, an opinion, but backed with tons of research and real-life experience, and talk with both women and men. Intention of the post was to express my opinion but also help guys who feel it's their issue. And at least one person so far found the post helpful, which is more than enough to make worth writing. Your counter-argument, to which I'd be open, is what? A curse word? What? That's the best time to care about such things as looks, as your activities while young can determine your health condition and looks when you're older. If someone is still in natural growing phase, and they want to be taller, why on earth shouldn't they stimulate growth? Especially if it can be done naturally, by proper exercise and nutrition. You don't even know me, but you know what I do? Wow. I never mentioned pure in this post on purpose, but now that you mention it, on surface it doesn't look like that, but pure is a community of people wanting to improve their lives, and yes, it does start with trying to meet girls and overcome shyness, but it ends up with people building their inner strengths, social skills, becoming better persons in all areas of life, being happy with their lives and very respectful towards ladies. I know many pures and am very proud of their success in life, and proud to be their friend. By this you insulted both me and the ladies of my choice, without knowing a single thing about us, or providing a single fact to back it up. What games? Another random insult of someone you don't know. And another random insult without knowing anything about me. And super lame advice: be who you are. Well, if who you are is not satisfying you, or isn't bringing you the desired results out of life, you have to take action and become who you want to be. Your show here, your premise on life is super passive. Like we're given to be something, so you just live by and be who you are. We become who we are by every moment we live. And we change who we are by every new moment added to our lives. Educated is not changing core instincts. You still have to eat, sleep, and well, be attracted to someone, and be attractive to someone, as degree will not get you dates. Note: I respect everyone. The original poster claimed looks matter, and I just confirmed him this truth, and tried to provide some possible solutions to those who feel bad about their looks. I don't care if it hurts, or is unfair, such is life. There are many other painful truths and unfair situations, and each of us has to deal with them however we best know. At Max Joan, this is my first post ever of confrontational type, but you started it, bro, with such tone. I realized from the rest of the post it's all well intended, and I hope we are cool, as I have never ever yet used block person option, but passion did get this reply out of me and it's staying there. If you're cool with me, I am cool with you. Ironically, my whole post was intended to show something else, the power of mind which can overcome everything. I will leave it for the next post. At everyone, sorry for making this look like flaming threads on bodybuilding forum. To anyone using looks, or anything else as an excuse, please watch through the following videos. It should crush each and every one of them, and make you humbled, and moved to action right now. Thankful for the precious gifts you're given. Video equals YouTube, 0dxljwj_var. VE equals 0dxljwj_var or video equals YouTube, my 969 6LG. VE equals my 969 6LG and feature equals FVRL or video equals YouTube, JQVBDSK. VE equals JQVBDSK and feature equals related or video. Agree. Look at these people. Boyfriend plan an acid attack on her face. Katie Piper, she can't gain weight now. They are role models. It's all about confidence. I know some high-frequency low-latency quantitative FPGA trading model developers who are brilliant, successful, wealthy and very awkward-looking socially and physically, but they demand respect, and receive it. Point being, it's not always about looks, but rather understanding what you have, leveraging it to the best of your ability and be confident in it and yourself. Being born attractive certainly gives you an advantage. So does being born with a higher IQ, natural athleticism, fast metabolism, bigger than average genitalia etc. In undergrad psychology we talked extensively about attractiveness and advantages in life. It's also significantly more important for women to be above average looking than men. This is due to men generally being most attracted to looks and women being most attracted to security. Nobody is born perfect and we can't change the cards we are dealt, only the hand we play. So get smarter, get fit, get confident. You can achieve your dreams only if you go at them with tenacity, intelligence and use leverage. You can have that girl you want. Like 40-year-old Virgin stated, don't put the pussy on a pedestal. Don't put your dreams or ambitions in life on a pedestal. You can achieve what you want if your execution is solid. Make money, have great friends and connections, get beautiful women, be healthy and enjoy life. That's my two. I also had serious acne in high school. Initially it was very difficult but I was able to overcome it, made tons of friends, partied my off, and was even able to score a few good-looking girls too. If it's one thing that girls love more than anything else, it's status. At the end of the day I did not let my negative appearance impact my life and I made it happen with what I was given. Although I will agree that attractive people most likely have a lot of things easier does not mean that others cannot achieve the same. It just means you might have to work a little harder at it. Just like some people struggle with weight while others don't. At the end of the day you can be any weight you want, it just might take some more work or time. Well, I'm between 5 feet 9 inches to 5 feet 10 inches. And I'm perfectly happy with my height. If women find me unattractive, so be it. There's plenty of women in the sea, you know. I'm not gonna change. You can talk with men and women as much as you like. And if they feel bad about their height, then they got low self-esteem, and nothing else. How do you break out of low self-esteem? I'm not certain I can tell you that, but comparing yourself too much with other people doesn't help. You need to live free and set your own rules. And stop reading those beauty and fashion magazines. They don't help one bit, especially for women, I think. The next rule is just to not give a FCK about rules and what's normal in society, good and bad in life. Live on your own terms, but try to not break the law. Personally, I look up to empathic people, those who doesn't care if you're ugly or super hot. Doesn't care if you smell a little bad on a Saturday morning, etc. etc. That's the people I want to be around. Seriously, I censored out the curse word. And for some odd reason I have completely stopped cursing in real life. And if I still manage to do it, I actually feel bad about it and ask the person or people I'm with if it's okay if I curse. Well, lol. You actually suggested medical treatments in your post too. Isn't that a bit far-fetched? To go to this lengths just to grow taller. Is it really that important to you? What do you suggest, for example, to men with small penises? Get the penis enlargement surgery or something like that? Lol. Then, I also think a lot of people are overestimating how much you can affect to grow taller. Not a whole lot, I bet. Eat right, pop some vitamins, and that's it? Right? Lol. I mentioned how I live and look at life above. What guru or pure said that to you? I really want to know because it's complete nonsense. Just so you know, in my opinion that is. Personalities are personalities. They don't change a lot over time. Bravo. I said, find a cool woman, and that's exactly what I'm going to stick with. No need for dates then. Personally, I'm attractive to no one, and I'm perfectly fine with that for now. I want to find my soulmate. A person that are also attractive to no one. Cool, we are. Cool Gleamer. Well, I can bet you $1 million that the power of the mind can't make you overcome shit if you are mentally ill. Seriously? You need to think before you start using the guru's bait. Apparently that Greek guy who went out with the Kennedy's sister and almost took over USA thought looks were pretty important. I think it's pretty common sense that they are. It seemed to do something for him anyway. It's not only about commanding respect from others, but respecting yourself and then confidence following. Okay, and Bill Gates, who did take over the USA at one point, never thought looks were important. We could do this all day. Sylvester Stallone almost didn't get to make Rocky because people told him he was ugly. Had he listened, we would have never seen the movie. The point is, whatever you believe inside is what you will portray. If you believe looks matter, they do. If you don't, they don't. You can respect yourself regardless of your looks. If you depend on your looks to allow you to respect yourself, then external forces will always have power over you. Spot on. I've personally spoken to Aziz on a few occasions as we used to both frequent one of the same forums a while back. He was the perfect example of how looks not only affect others' perception of you, but also your own perception of yourself. His confidence that he displayed through his numerous videos was what inspired so many to attain aesthetics and the aesthetic lifestyle, not merely his physique. There are obviously those who have high self-confidence without necessarily looking attractive through the view of others, but there's a much different feeling one has when they almost know for certain that the people around them are Myron, as Aziz, and many of his fans, put it. Great posts everyone. To each his own. I think it's important to accept the harsh realities of life, such as how looks can do to you. But it's also about finding ways to improve what you already have and develop what you don't have in order to have a better life condition. Improve and develop looks. Can't just some of you guys accept my belief that I'm average looking and happy about it? I don't care much what other people think. I got a Taliban beard right now, for instance. Lol, and those who don't accept my looks for what it is, well, sorry to say it, but I just think they still got a teenage mentality then and haven't grown past the being pretty phase yet. Which is kind of sad in itself. Looking the right part for a role will always make it 10x easy to convince people you're meant for it. But at the end of the day it really just comes down to marketing. Take whatever you look like. Figure out the end result you want for yourself and then start applying the amount of self-marketing it will take to get there. And whatever you do, keep your insecurities to yourself. No one trusts someone who acts like they are broken. People respond positively to people who are confident about themselves. The world does not require us to look good, but it requires us to fight back and be good at the challenges it throws at us. Our looks is the reflection of what's inside. If you feel good about yourself, you'll look happy and confident. If you're depressed, you'll look dull and lifeless. We all have the reason to look good even if we are going through something. Taking care of yourself is the best thing you can do every day, even if others don't care. Again, I agree, but not totally. There are people who looks nerd but are really cool and awesome. We tend to judge people by their looks. But I suggest we mind our own life and looks. As long as those people are not hurting us, then let's just let them live their lives the way they want it to be.